cheating hearts and meddling kin. We talk it all, let healing begin.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Monique Chat Show. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are, depending on what time in the day you see this video. It is evening for me. Today, I'm continuing in growing apart, factors that causes couples to grow apart in a relationship. I mean, this is gonna be episode 5, and I think it's gonna be the final episode in this very series. What are we chatting about today? I'm chatting about more factors. Like I said, the factors today are a bit of a gloomy ones, but they are real, so we need to talk about them. So I'm gonna be talking about 3 factors today, which is the unaliving of a child, miscarriage, and feticide. Now, talking about unaliving of a child when a child is already born, and for some reason, whatever the reason could be, the life child's life doesn't continue, or the child deletes. So this can cause difficulties or even ruin the chances of such a relationship growing. But couples grow stronger together when this kind of thing happen to them. They grieve together, they come out even more bonded together. But in other situations, it can lead to more quarrels, emotional separation, or complete separation of the relationship. Blaming one is blaming each other. So that's one factor, and this is how unaliving of a child can lead to uh, destruction of a relationship. When, as I said, it can be affected a lot. How it goes can be based on how the relationship uh, started in the first place, the foundation of the relationship. Now, I want to talk about miscarriage. Miscarriage is a situation where the woman is still pregnant, and for for some reason, maybe something happened, or suddenly there's no known reason, and the woman loses the child, before having a chance to actually give birth. Now, there are physical effects of this on the woman, and there are emotional effects as well. Talking about physical effect, there's fatigue. Even when you can say that the person have slept adequately, they've slept quite a lot, such a person will be expected to be well rested, but they still feel tired, they feel fatigued all the time. That's one of the physical effects, because first of all, when someone has a miscarriage, they've lost blood. So when they're feeling fatigued and the other couple doesn't understand, when there's lack of understanding of the situation, the normal demand of that relationship, or if it's a family setting where other children are involved, the normal family demand can still be before that woman, and she most likely will struggle to cope with those kind of demand at that time, which can subsequently lead to more quarrels. Then there is a sudden hormonal changes. Just a disclaimer, I did mention in my previous videos that I am a medical person, so wherever relevant, I will be discussing medical issues like this. So sudden hormonal changes, like when a miscarriage happen, there's a sudden hormonal drop there's a sudden drop of pregnancy hormones that can lead to mood swings, which can in turn affect the relationship, particularly where the other couple doesn't have an idea of these kind of things, and it can lead to more quarrels. Now, let's look at the emotional effect when someone has a miscarriage. Um, I'm particularly interested in this very miscarriage thing because I have experienced it. For me, it wasn't about my relationship, it was about a colleague in uni then, when I was feeling sad, I was low in mood because I was just constantly thinking about the miscarriage that I had. And this lady turned around and said, "Oh, but you've already got two children." You know, she didn't understand that it's not about how many children you have before, it's about the grief that you're going through for that child that you've lost, whether it's the first one or not. Once you get pregnant, you start building a bond with the fetus. When you then lose it, it hits emotionally a lot. So the emotional effect, grief and sadness. We have shock and disbelief, like someone can be in denial, like they don't even comprehend that the baby is no longer there, that there's nothing growing inside anymore. There's no little person growing inside anymore. Um, it can cause a woman to not trust her body, feeling like her body have failed her, and feeling a feeling of inadequacy, like she's not able to carry the seed of someone that she loves so much. Um, it, these kind of things can lead to anxiety or depression, which can then impact the relationship negatively. It can cause either permanent or temporary separation, emotional separation in that relationship. It can also lead to different troubles, like I mentioned earlier, more quarrels and all of these kind of things, which, if it's not handled very well, it can, change the shape and face of that relationship. And yeah, then moving on is feticide. Feticide is a situation where a fetus is the baby that is still growing in the womb but is not yet due to be born, is a fetus. So when the particularly in the first trimester, second trimester, when the fetus is unalived deliberately before a legal termination of pregnancy can take place. This is usually applied when the obstetrician and the parents agree for this to happen due to like severe genetic problems. Sometimes you have couples who culturally they can't keep that kind of child. If the child is born, the child is going to be so unwell, not going to be able to develop both intellectually and otherwise, and they will still end up unaliving uh, earlier in life, like the life expectancy for such babies are not very long usually. So a couple can decide not to continue with such a pregnancy because of severe genetic issues. Another reason that can be applied is selective reduction in case of multiple pregnancies. When there's a multiple fetus in a pregnancy, when there's multiple fetus in a pregnancy, say a woman is carrying like 6 fetus, there are 6 babies growing in one pregnancy, and maybe 2 of them, for example, are quite unwell, in order to give the other 4 a chance, a better chance of survival and proper development before they are born, a decision can be made to selectively use that selective method to remove the 2 that are have little or no chances of even surviving during the pregnancy, in order to give the woman a better chance, her well-being, and give the other fetus a better chance to develop into proper fully to become fully developed babies, and then be born in a healthy, so that they are in better shape or healthy shape. So, however, the feeling of guilt cannot be underestimated in this kind of situation. For the parents, self-blame or even blaming each other, it can lead to quarrels, regret. It can lead to even insomnia, sleepless night. Yeah. So I mean, depending on the relationships that survive these kind of things, usually are relationship that have a good foundation in the first place. The reason I say that is, in cases where a man married a woman just because, okay, you're pregnant, fine, I'll marry you, or the woman push for marriage, or the family of the woman or the man push for marriage because they want to save their family name, they want to save face, they want to prevent shame, and then these 2 people are forced to now be together, get together and become a couple. This kind of thing is difficult for such relationships to survive it, because the foundation was never built on love in the first place. It was built on situationship, if you get what I mean. So these kind of things can, just lead to the breakdown of relationship, can lead to breakdown of a marriage. And there are several examples where this has happened, but yeah, these are factors. So it's important to have a better understanding when these kind of things happen, and be a bit more patient with each other. Otherwise, it can just ruin the relationship and break it down completely, even marriages, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so this is all I've got to say to you today. Thank you so much for listening to me, for coming to spend time in Monique's chat room. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like and share, and click the notification button so that you will be the first to know when next I drop a video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Now, see you in a few days.
Real life, real talk at your pace. Monique's Trudute, your safe space. Real life, real talk at your pace. Monique's Trudute, your safe space.